Do y'all really think these old men are sitting here running this country on their own? Besides their vice president and the 15 executives, do y'all really think he's running this thing on his own when all the presidents, all of them, have the same, they're all similar in one way? You want to know what that is? They're all old. Very old. And I know I did my research and people say the reason why that's the way it is because people feel like people who are older have more knowledge. And they've been studying more years about politics, etc., things that involve the whatever. But has anyone ever thought to think that maybe the reason why they choose to have old men as presidents is because they're easier to control? Wait a minute. You're probably thinking, who is they? I don't think I'm talking about the 15 executives or the vice president. I feel like the president is just a puppet. Okay? But who's controlling him? That I have no idea. I have no idea who's controlling him. But I know it's not a human. No, because seriously, think about it. Why are they so old? And most of them are on their deathbed. The only person I honestly think is an exception was Barack Obama. And not because he's black. He was still old, so I'm pretty sure that he's still chosen because he was old. But there's something different about Barack Obama. I don't know. There's just something different. Then I'm watching this video about this one guy talking about mermaids and sirens and beings under the water. And how the only reason why they don't come up and take humans and kill them is because there was some type of treaty with the land people and the ocean people to where if someone ventures out at this time and is by the sea by this time, they're theirs. And the same thing for humans. If it happens, it happens, but they can't go to war unless someone breaks it or whatever. And I was just thinking, okay, what if that person who made that treaty or whatever is still alive? That would mean they weren't human. Or fully human, whatever the heck they were. They weren't humans with the same lifespan as a human. Okay. I don't think the person who made that treaty is the one controlling the presidents. But maybe he's a part of it. Or she's a part of it. Okay. The whole thing that's going on with Trump and anything that went on with any of the other presidents, I believe was created by another person. Or another being, because it couldn't have been a person. All these people, all these presidents were all being controlled. Why do you think they're old? Now, you can always manipulate a young person, but it's way easier to manipulate an old person that's close to death. Why do you think that is? Okay. I believe they're puppets. I'm not saying they're not real. I'm saying I believe they're being used by a higher up. I don't believe it's just the vice president and the 15 executives and the president. They make all these decisions to make, things make U.S. Great. I believe there's a being controlling all of this whole organization. I don't think a human can really do all this. The president title is just a title. They don't have any control. They don't have any control. A being does. I don't know who the being is, but it's sure ain't a human. Now, I don't even know if the president even... Here's the thing. I don't even know if the president even knows he's being controlled. They're being controlled. But like I said, they're freaking old. False memories can be implanted into anyone. It can happen. And it can be done. So what if those false memories were put into that president? False thoughts were put into that president to where he made certain decisions. It really wasn't his decisions. He brought it to the council. 15 executives. The vice president. They figure out some decisions. And then they make that decision. What if that's how it goes. Instead of it, the president thinks about something and he goes to his people because he thought about it himself. No. No. The president is just a puppet. A puppet. It's just a title. There are people higher than him. There are higher ups. Okay. Well, that's all I had to say. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think about this video. And, yeah. Bye.